Hello, friends. Welcome to day 3 of Gaming Week. If you're new here, hi, I'm Nix. I'm a trans woman who's been making daily video blogs since she worked that out about herself. And I promised I'd start doing some Let's Plays for my 100 subscribers special, which I'm now getting around to. So, today we're going to be playing Civilization. My god, incredible game, wonderful franchise, the third game. This game is from 2005. It is over 2 decades old, and I love it so much. I'm gonna just set up the game as we start here, and I'll talk through why I'm playing such a niche game. So this game means a lot to me. Honestly, it is a um, it's one of the first games I ever owned. We're also going to be playing super easy because I've died at too many of the games I've played so far. So let's ease it in. So it's one of the first games I ever owned. I had it on disc. I remember like booting it into the laptop that I had to play games on. And it's really stuck with me. I played it purely vibes as a kid. I played it with absolutely no like understanding that computer games could have mechanics. I just had fun playing around. And then I rediscovered it a couple of years ago. And I started watching Suede's videos. If you don't know who Suede is, they are the biggest name in Civ 3, by my accounting, anyway. And I was always told if you want to be the best at what you do, either be really, really good at something that everyone knows about, or be the only person doing something that no one knows about. So this is me coming for your title, Suede. Watch as I completely embarrass myself. So if you've played any of the later Civ games, you will probably not recognize what's going on here. I'm not going to be playing perfectly efficiently. I'm sorry. If you do know Civ, sorry. Um, I'm mostly going to be having fun. Um, so we want to. So we're starting out. If you've never played Civ before, welcome. This is honestly and unironically, I think, the best game in the series. We are starting out with nothing. We're at the very beginning of civilization, and we are going to build ourselves up to be the mightiest empire that has ever stood. And I'm going to start researching. We really want to get ourselves some iron. As the Celts, iron is so good for us. Okay. So first turn out the way. So the other reason that I wanted to play this game is I've been thinking a lot about empires. And specifically this quote that I saw, and I can't attribute it to anything. I don't think it's like an actual historical quote, but it's this idea that floats around on social media that at the fall of the Roman Empire, after the Roman Empire collapsed, um, oh, we've met someone. Who have we met? The Ottomans. Interesting. Maybe they'll be good neighbors. Maybe they won't. Let's see. Will they buy this off us for anything? No. Okay. Well, we'll take the gold, I guess. Cheers. That's gonna be hopefully a good neighbor. Let's find out. Um, oh, this is. Hang on. Okay, that might be the sea. This might be something we could like block off in future. So I'm gonna bear that in mind. Yes, this idea that floated around social media that at the end of the Roman Empire, the last days, the way that people in the far reaches of the empire found out was that a bridge fell down, or a road was broken, and nobody came to fix it. And obviously, I'm British. My the island that I live on was at the far reaches of the Roman Empire. Yeah, why would? How else would you find out that the empire's fallen? Okay, I'm gonna play some really scuffed strats here, and I'm just gonna block off because I'm betting that that is all that connects us to the Ottomans, and I think we'll have a really good chance of oh, hang on, content. We'll have a really good chance of defending this just through the strait. So we're gonna be playing some really tricksy strats here because there's probably some other civs around here. Okay, we've grown bigger. We'll have a settler in 8 turns. Don't want a temple in our capital. Do we want? Let's get more warriors out. We just want more exploring. Okay. And yeah, I think about the people who, it's sort of 400 AD, and the idea of Rome to you as a sort of average person living in Britain has got to be so abstract, so sort of nebulous that how could you know? And they didn't. Hang on, I'm just checking out what we've got here. Is there anything under there? Terrain info. There's obviously no shields. Okay, we're going to want to expand up this way. So let's start building ourselves a road in this direction. So how would you know that the Empire had fallen, except that suddenly no one shows up to fix the broken bridge? I guess the reason that this is on my mind is we are... Oh god, I'm being attacked. We're sort of in an age of collapsing empires. I could probably say quite confidently that now, obviously, when your empire falls, people will find out through the news cycles. But I like to think, there was a time when Rome was too big to fall. Okay, bronze working, 1 turn. Okay. When the thought that one day your broken bridge might never get fixed probably hadn't even occurred to some people. And that gets me thinking a lot about this game. Oh god, I'm running out of money. That's fine, actually. Will the Ottomans buy... Ah, they've already got the bloody Ottomans. Ah, there is another civ down here. Okay. Okay, who do we have down here? Right, it's going to be really important that we start building ourselves up and out. We've not been expanding very quickly. But hopefully, if I play this right, the Ottomans are going to be stuck on a crappy bit of land up there. Oh, being attacked by angry Goths. That's my worst nightmare. Right, we have China. Oh, hello China, and they already have all the technology. Bloody. I am seeing some hills down here though, so if we can move quickly, we should find that some of these have iron on them when we unlock iron. That's fine. We're unbeatable, unstoppable. Right, it'll annoy China, but I'm just gonna walk through their land. So, think like I introduced myself. I do make these daily videos. I'm not gonna hurry too quickly over that way because they're not gonna expand it anytime soon. So let's give ourselves a let's build ourselves a put ourselves on the hill. No, we're not that scared. Let's keep going. Oh, they've got spices too. We really want to start expanding towards China. This is pretty safely ours, I think, unless the Ottomans get really aggressive. So I do these daily videos, where I sort of talk about what I've been up to. And today, so we've had a bank holiday in the UK for the last. Oh, I've got to be really careful with my gold. Actually, save ourselves some gold. 2, 1. Oh god, we're just hemorrhaging money. That's fine. That's fine. We'll work this out somehow. Really got nothing to sell. That's a next term problem. So you've had a bank holiday in the UK, which is a sort of national holiday. I was given the day off from work, which if you are a salaried worker like I am, that's pretty common. Obviously, not everyone gets the day off. I'm very grateful that I am working a job that does give me that. And I took Friday off as well. So I have not really been at work for a hot minute. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, friends. I really felt it when I went back. um, like today wasn't even that stressful, to be honest. I don't want to complain too hard, but we could definitely do with a shorter work week. I'm a big advocate for the 4-day work week. I think it's insane that we do 5 days at the moment. Because all the studies say that 4 days gets you the same output as doing a 5-day work week. But obviously, if everyone's working a 4-day work week, then we can't squeeze every last drop of value out of them. Which I think ties nicely back into this idea that it's useful to think about what happens when an empire falls. Can I get a settler out? No. What do I want to work on here? Don't want to get the barracks too early. Right, let's make another spearman. We will need spearmen in time. Are gonna need a worker. Sure. I think China's gonna start coming up this way, so I do want to really start to camp ourselves on some of these hills. Just in case that's where the iron is. Right, we'll fortify you. We've got our exploration done there. Let's actually see what the Ottomans are working with. That can be a good use of you. So yeah, if you're like me, you you might be seeing the sort of systems in play in the world at the moment and seeing just how pushed to breaking point they are. At least that's how I feel a lot of the time. That we're just doing... Like, we're caught up doing things that don't even make any sense. Like... Nobody... Nobody wants to be working as many hours as they are, and we're all burnt out, and none of us can afford anything, and... You know, we're promised by the sort of powers of the capitalist machine that the reason that we are meant to sort of be working so hard, be pushing ourselves as far as we can is because there's some reward at the end of it. And it regularly feels that, like, the reward is at best more work for less pay. You know, we're just sort of scrambling to keep our heads up. I don't know many people who are working jobs because they want to, because it's like labor that makes them happy or makes them feel valued. Sorry, I don't want this to be like a depressing depressing video, but playing games like Civilization give you this top-down view of the world, and I worry, you know, I wonder, actually, maybe worry is not the right word. I wonder if this is sort of how they think about us. I don't know if that seems absurd, but like, I don't know. I'm playing with these pieces, these oh, what am I meant to do here? Let's pop you there. I'm playing with these workers, with these warriors, dispassionately. You know, I'm not thinking about them as people. And that's all well and good because I'm playing Civilization 3, you know? But it's terrifying to think that there are people out there that might think of me as a sort of disposable laborer. Do I head over this way? There's a lot of gold to be had here, and there's no irrigation, so no, we really want to sort of head out, try and meet China. There's a game forest there, so maybe that's 1, 2. Right, it's a bit further than I'd usually go, but we do want to make sure we're meeting China where they're at. You know, there are so many crimes that feel easier to justify when people are just numbers. When they're just, you know, pieces on a board. And I feel perfectly fine playing, you know, Civilization. But in real life, things are more complicated than this, you know? We're not just pieces that can be pushed around, made to do whatever you like. I think too about how this game shaped my view of sort of how the world works with borders and countries and everything. Oh. Okay, first casualty. We can start to put more of this into science. This isn't an efficient playthrough. I'm also maybe gonna take this 5 more minutes. Maybe I should explain everything I've done so far. This has been 20 minutes of gameplay so far, and it's mostly been me waxing about how uh how I think we should not view the real world like we view Civ. Um no, let's not start a war. Let's not start a war. Okay, the Inca wants to fear. Yay, we have money now. Oh my god, yes. Right. Can't believe this has been 20 minutes playing already. Right, let's start to bring our troops in together. Bring this down here. I'm not gonna play any micro efficiency. Spimmin. Right. Interesting. Start working on barracks. Sure. And yeah, I'm just gonna start wandering my way around. Okay, so what we've done so far is we know we're playing on continents. So I've got this bit of my continent. We've got China down in the bottom. They've got some really awful land. I'm around in the middle, and I've managed to sort of scope out this really narrow isthmus, I think we'd call it, that sort of connects up the Ottomans' bit of land with our bit. So I've blocked them off, so they're not wandering over here. Hopefully they're stuck on some pretty bad land too, but we'll see what's down here. And I'm just working towards ironworking. So let's keep playing to see if I can get iron. So that's gonna be 2 turns away here to see if I can get iron. And if I can, then we should be able to think about starting a war with China. Okay, 1 more turn to iron. See if there's any iron in our land. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, we survived an attack. We're moving up in the world. We've got... Never want to be making a temple. And we have iron. We have iron that we can reach. Okay. We can make this work. And let's quickly see if either of these civs will buy ironworking off us. Oh, the Ottomans will give us. Oh, they'll give us masonry. Where they give us 50 gold. Oops. Masonry. Will you give us 50 gold as well? Getting close. Warrior code. Warrior code. Don't really need it. Okay. Masonry and 40 gold. And 30 gold. Okay, we'll take that one. And friends, I am going to call it there. I think I've been playing like 40-minute ones before. Nothing too crazy's happened in this one. We've set a good starting region. We've cut off the Ottomans from being able to wander in by just leaving 2 warriors. We've got our eyes on China. If we can attack China, we can get spices, we can get furs. If you're interested in more Civ 3, I would love to keep playing this game. I think we're set up nicely to get some Gaelic swordsmen built with the iron that we're going to be grabbing here. So let me know what you think. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing some more silly games, and we're going to round out the week. But thank you for watching me play my oldest game. It's not my favorite, my oldest, first game I ever touched. That I remember getting obsessed with, I think is the best way to put it. I will Oh God, yeah. I was gonna do some like quick meta analysis too. If you made it to the end of the video, hi, well done, thank you. Um, I've realized from my last video that voice training is no longer optional for me. I can't strain my voice like I have been for longer videos. So in this one, I'm talking deeper, my more like un like the my most natural cadence. I quite like my voice, to be honest. I do wish it was a bit more feminine, but it's the voice I've had for all my life. And I mentioned Zoe Tuffet in my first video on the Long Dark, and she replied, and I'm a bit awestruck. Suede, if you've somehow found this video, I'm sorry I talk shit. I'm playing on like Monarch difficulty. This is the easiest game ever. Um, right, I'm gonna save this one here. If trans girl daily vlog 1. If you want to see more of Civ 3, let me know. It doesn't have to be part of my regular series. I will talk to you tomorrow. I love you very much, friends. Good night.